Once upon a time, there was a hare and a tortoise who lived at the bottom of a steep, steep hill. The hare had long, strong legs. He ran everywhere as fast as his legs could carry him, and he could jump higher than any other animals in the forest. However, the tortoise had short and stubby legs. He walked everywhere very slowly and never jumped at all. The hare loved to boast and tease the tortoise. "I'm so fast and you're so slow," he would sing. One day, the slow and steady tortoise was tired of the boasting, and he challenged the hare to a race. The race accepted the challenge. As he walked away, the tortoise said to himself, "I'm not so fast, but I'll get there at last." Early the next morning, the tortoise woke up and walked outside. All of the animals in the forest gathered together eagerly to watch the race. The hare was already doing his warm-up exercises. He bent, he stretched, and he jumped up high. "I'm all ready to race," he said proudly. As soon as the race started, the hare bolted into the distance, leaving the tortoise in his dust. After a few minutes, the hare realized the tortoise was nowhere to be seen, and decided he could stop under the shady oak tree to rest his eyes. His eyes began to feel very heavy, and then he slowly drifted off into a deep, deep sleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise walked and walked and walked until he came to the shady oak tree. To his amazement, he discovered the hare was fast asleep. The tortoise couldn't believe his luck. He knew he had a chance to win the race. Without disturbing the hare, the tortoise slowly moved towards the finish line, walking, 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 and eventually reaching the end. All of the other animals cheered loudly and were happy for the tortoise that he had won, but they were all also very surprised and confused that the hare didn't win. Where was he? Was he okay? Is he hurt? After a while later, the hare finally arrived, looking very confused. When he learned that the tortoise had won, he was furious. Pouting by himself in the corner, the hare crept up to him and whispered, "I hope you've learned your lesson." At that moment, the hare realized that even if he's the fastest, doesn't mean he's always going to win. So from that day forward, he always reminded himself, don't brag about your lightning pace, for slow and steady wins the race.